and stuff. I'm sure it's just a good little mess around game.
Yeah.
Like, you know those people who play Grand Theft Auto but don't play the story? They just kill people and mow people down. I guess...
My roommate Jackson does that. Like, he'll just have music on, and he'll just drive around the city for hours. Just driving.
Like, not doing a mission, just...
No.
Yeah.
Just cruising.
That's what I mean. So, I guess that'll maybe quell people's complaints that there's never any, like, big games on PlayStation Plus.
Yeah, it's true. That's a big one.
It's a big one. Big city, big times, big fun.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now, I gotta jump back 1 second.
Okay.
I didn't really play it, but I was watching a friend play Just Cause 3.
Oh, I missed that one.
I don't care about it.
Okay.
And watching it, I just want to reconfirm that I care very little about it.
But what about the grappling hook, bro?
Now, my problem with it is completely detached from reality.
Of course it was.
Because just the way it works is like he'll grapple something, pull himself forward, and then pull a parachute out that somehow seamlessly comes out and inflates.
Okay.
And so he's just instantly flying, and then he'll grapple again, and the parachute perfectly tucks back into the bag.
Oh, okay.
And then he'll pop out a wingsuit out of nowhere, and then just be flying for what seems like kilometers.
Yeah.
In a wingsuit. And anyway, it was just... it's not my thing.
So what you're saying is that video games aren't realistic?
No, it's just that I just don't care about Just Cause. I said it without ever playing Just Cause. I said I didn't care. But now I can substantiate that I really don't give a shit.
I, in fact, do not care. You know,
but again, great game if you're just one of those people who wants to go in and just mess around.
I've never played one. Just never come across it. And for PlayStation Vita this month, we've got Orishika Tainted Bloodlines.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
I actually made the mistake of buying that one time. It's like, okay, I think it might be, like, I don't know. I think I've played too many JRPGs, and this one is just like a little bit below the bar of what I will play through.
Below what is acceptable.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this one is like there's a curse on your bloodline. It's like a very Japanese, and it's kind of like a tactical, semi-tactical, or at least class-based JRPG where like you are a character, you have like X amount of time until you die. That's the curse, and you're trying to like defeat this demon, but your descendants carry on the fight.
So it's like Rogue Legacy in that regard.
Similar, but like
not in the combat but
yeah.
Just in the when you die, someone else from your lineage will come in and take your place.
It's like Rogue Legacy meets old school Final Fantasy. I wouldn't recommend buying it, but it is free, so check it out if you like. Also, Prince of Persia Revelation, don't know what that is.
I want to take a stab in the dark. I have no idea, but I'd wager that it's an old Vita game. I mean, an old PSP game, sorry.
It sounds about right. That's been the way they've been doing it for the last couple months. Very disappointing, the Vita PlayStation Plus lineup.
Time for the news we care about.
Blizzard has just rolled out the latest Overwatch update, and this one is exclusive to the PlayStation 4. Clocking in at 1.3 gigabytes, the patch has a few bug fixes, hero tweaks, and even some new features. And yes, Govinda, one of these new features is competitive play.
I'm surprised to hear it's exclusive to PS4. Xbox?
I believe they got a different one. There was like a problem.
Like console specific.
Yeah, yep.
So the patch is only exclusive in like a couple aspects.
Yeah.
Like they still got competitive mode and stuff.
Important to note that we also don't have the Torbjorn turret nerf.
Well, no one does yet. I don't think that's even rolled out to PC.
Oh, okay.
They were just talking about it. But anyway...
If you want to know more about that...
just for a heads up, the podcast is going to be called The Overcast.
Oh, yeah.
So if anyone wants to look and listen. You can look at the logo and listen.
You can touch, feel, taste.
You can either search Adam and Hurst on iTunes at some point, or just search The Overcast.
Yep.
And you'll find it.
Yep. Sounds good. Anything to say on that? I mean, I guess we shouldn't go into it too much.
That is what it is. Competitive modes happen. We've done it. But yeah,
fun?
Again, it is fun, and we'll talk about that in length on The Overcast. So
yeah, it just seemed like we were spending too much time on
we were
Overwatch.
turning this into an Overwatch podcast.
Yeah, which just doesn't seem right. even though it is right.
So yeah, we're going to do, let's quickly do that. We'll do the Overcast. We're going to do it just for Season 1 at this point, and we'll probably see how that goes when the first competitive season's done. And maybe we'll keep going, maybe we won't, but just thought we'd see how it goes.
You know, it's not like we'll be the only Overwatch podcast, so we'll see what we are.
We already know we're not, so.
Alright. Govinda, it's been a while since either Square Enix or developer Crystal Dynamics have said anything about Rise of the Tomb Raider releasing on PlayStation 4. The title released last November for the Xbox One and earlier this year for PC, and Crystal Dynamics said last year to expect Rise of the Tomb Raider for the PS4 a year from the Xbox One release. However, since the companies haven't said much about the PS4 release, one of the administrators on Square Enix's forums asked the developer directly if the PS4 version was cancelled. Fortunately, the answer is that this version is alive and well. They asked, has the Rise of the Tomb Raider PlayStation 4 version been cancelled? They said, as stated previously, Rise of the Tomb Raider's PlayStation 4 release is set for holiday 2016. It doesn't get much plainer than that. However, do note the response from Crystal Dynamics still says holiday 2016. And there is still no specific release date set. I guess, like...
It's coming. I think maybe there's still something contractually that they're not allowed to advertise it.
Makes sense. Like, maybe Microsoft bought a full year.
Yeah, so they might not be able to even advertise it till maybe like a week out from...
When did Fallout
from
come
release.
In? November?
Fallout?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe it was November.
Yeah. So maybe, that'll be the full year. End of November, was it? 20th?
You're asking me for a date last year. I don't know, dude.
What time? What time of day did it come?
I assume 9 a.m. Pacific time. I don't know. Leave me alone.
I'm so fucking pumped for this game. That's what I need. That's
I keep
the
forgetting
game.
about it.
Yeah, that's the game that's, like, I'm kind of itching for something specific, and I think that's it. I was so close, because right now, going off topic a little bit, but Steam is having a massive sale.
No.
Rise of the Tomb Raider. $30.
I don't care, dude.
And I nearly bought it, and I was like,
Dude.
going to be like, fuck PlayStation. I just want to play it now. But I didn't, because I want to platinum it.
We're going to end this podcast. We're not even going to get a year through this podcast before you completely convert.
Just look at...
Kale's reformed our studio into his PC den. I don't even know how to handle this.
Look at that fucking ergonomic mouse, dude. It's got extra buttons and shit.
It's extra buttons I'll never map anything to. You fucking sick one, dude.
You're absolutely right. When the System Shock Kickstarter campaign launched earlier this week, developer Night Dive Studios said the game will be initially available for Windows and Xbox One, and that they are open to other platforms in the future. With System Shock having reached half of its 900,000 goal in 24 hours, it's at 690,000, with 26 days to go right now. Creative director Stephen Kick revealed that they've now opened discussions with Sony about a PlayStation 4 release. Quote, we've been listening to your requests and have started discussions with Sony regarding a PS4 release. At this stage, we can't confirm System Shock on PS4, but we will follow up with an announcement in the near future with more details. A complete remake of the 1994 title of the same name, System Shock will feature improvements, overhauls, and changes that capture the spirit of what the original game was trying to convey, and bring it to contemporary gamers. There's also reimagined enemies, weapons, and locations by original concept artist Rob Waters, a new music score by Jonathan Peros, and updated game mechanics, puzzles, user interface, and new voiceover, in addition to Terry Brosius reprising a role as Shodan. System Shock is expected to be complete in December 2017, and a pre-alpha demo is now available on PC. You ever heard of System Shock?
So System Shock is like the spiritual predecessor to BioShock.
Yes.
Now,
I cannot believe it came out in 94.
Now, when you say they're making a full remake?
Yep.
Like a 3D remake?
Yeah, like a modern BioShock.
Like as if like they're remaking Final Fantasy VII, they're remaking System Shock. Wow.
The craziest part of this is, so they're not even funded yet. They've still got a month to go on their Kickstarter. There's already a playable demo.
That's good.
So this is not Mighty Number 9. Like, they can already show you.
Hey, look, Mighty Number 9 came out. They didn't lie. Like, it was released. It was just bad.
It was just fucking trash. But this is the way it should be. Like, they have proof of concept.
Yep.
I could play it right now. It's a free demo on Steam.
Oh, wow.
So I encourage anyone with a PC to check that one out. But it might come to PS4. if they hit their goal.
I saw something about System Shock coming to PS4, so I actually didn't read into that, but I guess that's what they're talking about.
This game is a lot scarier than BioShock, at least from what I recall. Shodan is a terrifying thing.
Real quick.
Yeah.
I don't want to skew off topic. This is news that we've potentially missed.
Yep.
But we were talking about your mouse and all the dumb buttons on it.
Oh my god.
And it reminded me that Sony patented a DualShock 4 Lite controller with more buttons and different configuration.
Sorry, a Lite controller?
DualShock 4 Lite.
Okay.
Controller with more buttons and different configurations.
Interesting.
The patent appears to be identical to the old registered by Sony back in 2014. This means that the designs showcase are probably all prototypes, but it reason to believe that maybe with the Neo release, they might be releasing a new controller, a redesign.
Cool. I love the DS4.
On June 16th, Sony Interactive Entertainment patented in Japan a new controller at a glance similar to the DualShock 4 that showcases a few interesting elements that can be seen in diagrams in the gallery below. Sorry, I'm reading this straight off DualShockers.
I believe you.
Different configurations. And so maybe this could hint at either a pro version of the DualShock 4, similar to the Xbox Elite control.
Because people love that. I've never caressed one. I've never held one.
No, neither have I, but it's got these little paddles underneath and stuff as extra buttons.
Do we know anyone with an Xbox One?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, we do. I only know one person.
I've never used one.
I've only ever used one as a demo console in like a game store.
Isn't that amazing? Like, it used to be like pretty part and parcel, like you had exposure. I played your PS3.
Well, no, see, it was like when I bought a PS3, my exposure to PS3 was my PS3, and then if I was anywhere else ever, I was playing an Xbox.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
So it's pretty much completely flipped.
I've seen an Xbox One. Jack had one for a little while, but he had to give it back. I think it was like EB store console.
Well, but I'd be interesting if that Xbox One S is
cheap.
I'll get one maybe.
I'd rather get VR. Like,
no, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, maybe I'd wait for the Xbox Scorpio.
Govinda, God Howard has been listening to your prayers. Did you know?
Is he giving me my money back?
Available now in Steam Beta and going to approvals on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One in the coming weeks. Fallout 4 Update 1.6 includes Exit Save, which creates a temporary save file when you exit the main menu. Here's what Bethesda had to say about Exit Save. Quote, exiting to the main menu will create an exit save. During next play session, the exit save will delete itself after you load it. The exit save works in all difficulty levels, including survival. End quote. Additionally, Update 1.6 will include new add-on specific icons in workshop mods and support. I don't really care about that. I'm sorry. I don't care about the Wasteland workshop.
That's fine. Do you also have that article about mods?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Would you like me to go straight in?
No. Let's just hold on this exit save malarkey, as I'm going to call it, because God Howard it's not what I wanted.
This is what you want.
No, it's not.
This is a quick save for survival mode.
No, it's not, because it gets deleted as soon as you load it again.
Yeah, but then you could make another one when you quit again.
No, but you have to quit. I don't want to have to quit the game to save it.
Well, I can see...
Because my problem is, I'll get into an area and be like, look, I want to progress further, but if I die, I lose all this time. So in my mind, what's going to happen is it only works if you're ending your play session.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you load it again, your last save is still the last time you slept.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but that's not in the spirit of survival mode. This is just like something rather than you having to go find a bed so you can just stop playing.
Look, when you started off saying God Howard had answered my prayers, it was kind of misleading because that was never my prayer.
What you're asking for is not in the spirit of survival mode.
I get that, but that's again, I was just saying last time, like the reason I don't play survival mode is because I can't progress. Because if I play for an hour and I haven't slept and then I die, I'm not gonna reload it and play it again.
I think in that case you need to sleep. You need to find a bed and save it that way.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, that's why this does not answer my prayers at all.
I think it It helps though. Like that's
maybe
because I hated when I was like done playing. You're like, all right, where was the last bed? Do I really have to go all the way back to town, rent out a inn room?
Yeah. No, like it's on